So, in this lesson, we're going to be working mostly with percentages. In the last lesson, we looked at converting decimals to percentages and fractions to decimals and percentages, but today we're going to be focusing mostly on percentages, and then doing something that is really something common you're going to see when you go shopping is calculating percent discounts. So go ahead and turn the page. And this do now is a little bit of an exercise to see if you can figure this out on your own, and then during the lesson we'll figure out how to do it mathematically. So pause the video and give these problems a try, and then restart the video and we can see how you did. All right, here are the answers. Check these out. And if you didn't get them right, that's okay. We're going to find out how to calculate them. But if you did get them right, at least for 1 and 2, then you have kind of an idea how this works. Number 3 is a review problem, right? Just a little bit of division. So if I want to split a restaurant bill, I'm going to have to divide it by 5 and make sure I lined up the decimal. And it turns out to be $11.30 per person. All right, go ahead and turn the page. So what we're looking at here is some working with percents and really working with the concept of percent discount. So what percent discount is the percentage subtracted from the original amount. And that should make sense because when you get a discount, you're going to pay less. So, something's going to be subtracted off your original price. All right, let's take a look at an example. The original price of a pair of headphones is $60. So we're going to use a number line to figure this out. And we're going to call 100% our original price as $60. And then we're going to figure out how much money is a percent for each of these bars along here. So let's do one of the easy ones. We have 50%, so I think we all know what 50% of 60 is. 50% is half. So we know that if we're a 50% discount, we would be at $30. And I want you to look at how many bars we have here, okay? And realize that this number line is broken into tenths. So I want to label also what each percent is at the bottom here. And hopefully, because we divide into tenths, you can see that first is 10%, then 20, then 30, and 40. 50 is already labeled. We have 60, 70, 80, and 90. Okay, that's the percent bar. Now I want to fill out the money results, or the money amounts on the top. And so, of course, we're going to have 0 down here. But 10% of 60, that's the one I want you to think of. The easiest way, I think, to figure that out is you can divide your total amount by 10 to figure out what that 10% is. So 10% of $60 is 6. If I do 60 divided by 10, right, because that's what each of these marks indicates, right? So if I'm dividing this up into 10, how much is each group? Dividing 60 by 10, of course, gives me 6. So that tells me that this first bar is 6. And I'm going to put the little dollar sign there just to make sure we're talking about dollars. Okay, what about 20%? Well, I know 20% is double 10%. so my money amount has to be double as well. So I know that this is going to be 12. And then, of course, 30, similarly, is you could think of it as triple 10%, because 3 times 10 is 30. So I can do 3 times 6 is 18. But you can probably see that what this means is I'm actually going up in multiples of 6, right? So I have 6, I have 12, I have 18. What's this next one going to be? Of course, it's going to be 24. And I have 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and then, of course, we have our final amount of 60. All right, now we can answer the questions below. If the headphones are 50% off, how much will they cost? Well, we're going to go up to the 50%. We're going to see what 50% of 60 is, and we're going to subtract that from our original amount. So in this case, it's going to be 60 minus 30. So the headphones will now cost $30. Now what if the headphones are 30% off? Okay, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to look at the 30% mark, and I see that corresponds to $18. So again, I'm going to subtract 60 minus 18, and that's going to give me $42 is what the discounted price will be for the headphones. And finally, headphones are just 10% off, not as good deal as the other ones, right? So I'm going to look at the 10% amount. 10% of 60 we figured out was $6. So when I subtract that, I'm going to get $54 is my discounted price. And just a couple of things to note. You know, the bigger this percent, of course, the better off it is, the less than it's going to be. The bigger the discount, the better it is for the person buying the headphones. So if it's just 10% off, it's going to cost you $54. But if it's 30% off, it's going to be even better. It's going to cost you $42. So you're looking as a buyer for this number to be as big as possible to save you as much money. All right, go ahead and turn to the next page. Let's do another example here. So first we're going to fill out this chart. We don't need to do the percents anymore. I think we know that these are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, right? That's the same. But let's figure out what the money amounts are. All right, so we know that the full amount is 80. I like to do the 50% amount next. That's 40. But the question is, what's this 10% amount going to be? And once you have that, you can figure out the others. And I want to know what 10% is of 80, which is the same as dividing this 80 into 10 pieces. So we know that each piece is going to be equal to 8. So I know I have 8 here. I know 20 is going to be double that. 30 is going to be triple that. And I think you'll see again that we're going up in multiples of 8. So 40% will be 32. 50% of course is 40. Then we have 48, 56, 64 is 80%, and 90 is $72. All right, now we can answer the questions. If a jacket is 50% off, how much does it cost? Well, my original price is 80. 50%, of course, is $40, so I can subtract 40 from that, and I know that my new price for the jacket is $40. If the jacket is 25% off. Okay, this is a little bit different, all right? Because we don't have a 25% marker here. So actually, I am going to write what these percentages are, yes. So I'm going to do this in red. Remember, this is 20, and this is 30, and this is 40. So how can I figure out 25%? Well, I know that 25 is going to be halfway between 20 and 30, right? So I know that that's going to be 25. So then I need to figure out what's halfway between 16 and 24. Well, I know the full distance is 8, so half the distance will be 4, so I just have to add 4 to 16 or subtract 4 from 24, and of course that amount is going to be 20. That's the midway point. So my percent is between 20 and 30, and my amount is between 16 and 24. Exactly halfway. So to get my discount, my original amount is 80. My 25% discount, we know, is 20. So the new price of my jacket is $60. Okay, so you're going to have to think about that. If the percent isn't an even 10, 20, 30, or 40, it's going to be between one of those, and you'll figure it out from there. All right, let's do a little bit of an application problem here. We have 2 stores that sell video games, and one has an original price of $35, and it's 20% off, and the other one is $45, but it's 40% off. So you have to figure out what's the better deal. So on the surface, this one originally was more, so you might think, maybe this one's better. But this has a bigger discount. So we're going to have to do a little bit of work here to figure out what the actual best deal is. All right, but we're going to use our number lines again to do that. So for 100% for GameStop, and we'll call this GS, we know 100% is 35. And I don't know, what's half of that? Let's see, must be 17.5. That's a little trickier to think about, right? But it's okay, you can figure out what half of 35 is. But then, what are my increments going to be? Well, just like I divided by 10 in my previous problems, I'm also going to divide 35 by 10. And that's going to give me 3.5. So I know each increment is going to be 3.5, and it's going to increase by that amount each time. So 10% is 3.5, 20% is 7, 30% is 10.5, 40% is 14, I think. Sneak it in there. Then 50% 17.5. 60% is going to be 21, I think. I'm going to move this up here because we're running out of room. Then let's see, that was 60. 70% will be 24.5. The next one will be 28. This one will be 31.5. And again, I'm just adding 3.5 over and over and over again to get these numbers. All right. So how do I figure out how much this actually is? We're looking at 20% off. So here's my 20% marker. The discount's $7. So we're going to do 35 minus 7, and that's going to be 28. Alright, so the amount of the game will be $28 if we buy it from GameStop. Alright, I'd like you to pause the video and do Game World, and then we can come back and see what the better price is. So pause the video, figure out Game World just like I did GameStop, and then come on back and we'll check out how you did. Alright, let's see how you did. So when I did Game World, I was doing increments of 4.5, and that got me to 40% was 18. So I figured out my discount amount was 45 minus 18 is 27. So you can see now who the better deal is. I'm comparing GameStop, which would be $28, to Game World, which is 27. So Game World is just a slightly better deal. Okay. All right, go ahead and turn to the next page. Now I'd like you to take the video assessment, stop the video, and do the work on the paper that I provide you. And when you finish this, turn this in, and then you continue working on the practice problems in your packet. And once you turn this in, you can do the practice problems in your packet, then you can come back to the video and check your answers. I'll have the answers done for some of the practice problems. So go ahead and pause. And work on the next few problems. Here's the answer for the last problem, the target problem. And go ahead and see how you did on that one. So if you finished the assessment and gotten this target problem, you can work on your homework if you'd like. Let me know if you have any questions.